Ah,
Yeah. Anyways, I say anyways as if we were just having a conversation. Anyways,
it's like,
welcome welcome to episode 1 of my podcast Out at Recess. I am your host Reese Shalvis. Um don't worry about that. Anyways, I I am here with my guest, Crimson Fucks. We're on a call right now.
hello.
Yeah, so how you doing?
It's hot. It's really fucking hot.
It is. It's been. It was 90 degrees today. I think it got to what 95 or 94 where we are.
Weather? How
Yeah,
much is it right now? It's fucking 90 right now.
90 right now. I've been out all day just hanging out with people. So it's when I got back to do the podcast, I was sweating. I couldn't even cool down. I was like, how am I gonna do this?
Bruh.
But
I've
yeah,
been indoors all day. And
anyway,
I'm just marinating in my juices.
I feel that my room, the AC doesn't reach my room very well, so I had to dig out the AC unit from my storage to get that up and running. It's hot in this room that I'm in right now. There's no AC doesn't reach here very well, and for the sake of audio, I can't bring the AC unit in. So
Ah, yeah. Piss.
that was bad. So anyways, I'm gonna begin.
Were you choking on the fucking drink?
No, I winked at the camera. Because it's my mug that says Reese aged to perfection.
Oh, God.
So while I was sipping it, I just winked at the camera.
Oh, man.
Anyways, to start us off, I just want to tell a little bit about myself. My name is Reese Shalvis. I'm 20 years old. I also do gaming on YouTube. You'll probably find the link to that in the description. I like to, well, play games, play music. I used to do parkour. I used to have a parkour channel that I used to upload parkour videos to, and in those videos, I would do parkour. Right?
Parkour counter is really fucking high right now.
I know. Yeah, and right now I'm just trying to focus on gaming. And now this podcast, which is a big priority of mine. I've been working on it for a while now. I've been thinking about it for a while, and finally excited that I'm finally starting it. What about you? Tell us about yourself, Crimson.
I'm gay.
Yeah, you're.
Nah. Nah. Sorry. I was looking at my cat. Where the fuck's my cat? Oh, I found him. Okay. Hmm. Well, I'm also a gamer. I used to do parkour with Reese.
Ooh.
I used to be a parkour guy myself, and then I took a fucking railing to the fucking spine. That was fun. That was really fun.
Oh man, I wish we recorded that.
Don't do parkour in rain. Don't do parkour in rain.
Yeah, so I was teaching him parkour because my brother Ronnie Shalvis, he actually has a YouTube channel as well. But so he was teaching me parkour. That's where I learned, and then I started teaching my friends. Crimson, when I met him in like 9th grade. He's in 10th grade. He's about a year older than me. But
Yep.
But yeah, so I was teaching him and a couple other friends parkour, and he was trying to do what was it called? I forgot what it was called. A precision jump from one rail to another, like just handrails,
Yeah.
and his feet catch the second rail, and then you flew like forward or back. I can't exactly remember how you fell.
So when I jumped, what happened is that because of the rain that had happened like that morning, I thought it was fine because the floor was dry, but apparently the metal was not so much, and the rubber in my shoes just kind of like yip, and it fucked off. So when I got to the rail, my legs went forward, and because of the momentum, I kept like going forward as well, and it hit most of like the midsection of my spine.
That's right. I
Yeah.
remember that now. And ever since then, you haven't been able to do parkour since?
I got my back fixed, not by. I went to a doctor, and they're like, "Oh yeah, your posture is shite. Have this special pillow to sleep at night. It's like, and they even did X-rays, and I told them, what about that thing in the computer had a circle where my spine was like fucked up, like it went up and then to the left, to the right, and then straight back up. And he's like, oh no, that's fine. You don't worry about that. It's like, don't worry about that. Is my problem, fucker.
Okay, but I just want to pause for a minute. I'm so sorry for the watchers if you see me as like a sweaty mess right now. This was the worst day to be really hot and the AC be shit. But oh. Anyways, sorry. Back to the conversation. But yeah, so I actually have my own back injury I got in 8th grade from parkour. It was honestly
That was parkour.
it is. At least we assume it was parkour. We don't actually know because I woke up one day and I was like, oh, my back is kind of sore. I go to school, and then you remember the chairs? You remember the chairs in middle school? They were like really good for popping your back.
Yeah.
So as I'd push on my back, like to pop it, I noticed it was just super painful, and I feel like it wasn't as bad until I did that because I pushed so fucking hard. And so, like, I think that might have made it worse, but I don't know because I don't remember actually doing anything specifically that injured it other than that. I guess I'm just that strong. Anyways.
That's strong.
No, but yeah, and then we went to the doctors.
Stubborn.
We went to the doctors and I swear. No offense to any doctors out there, but do you actually know what you're doing? That's a joke.
Oh my,
that's a joke.
Oh my God. It seems to be a running theme.
No, but like, cause the doctor we went to, they did all these tests, and they're like, "Oh, we think it's this. Oh, never mind. I guess we think it's this." They couldn't figure out what it was, and I was like, "Why can't it's
just
like,
fix it?"
Yeah, just fix it. What do you mean? So we ended up going to the ER instead. They couldn't even figure it out what it was. The one thing neither of the doctors did was do an X-ray. Like, you think they'd do that, right?
First.
Yeah. So anyway, so we go to a chiropractor, and the first thing they do, all right, we're gonna do an X-ray. I'm like, oh, okay. They do an X-ray. Yeah. They take the same couple tests that the other doctors did, and then they come back with the results like, oh yeah, so your vertebrae is fractured. Me and my dad were just there like, are you kidding me? My my spine is fractured. That's crazy. But yeah, it got to a point where I could barely walk. But
holy shit.
But yeah, I mean it's doing a lot better now. I still feel it. I probably will feel it for the rest of my life. At least that's what they told me, and I still do. So it's been what, 6 years.
Jeez, dude, you really got to
6 years. Wow.
I'll see a guy about that.
But yeah, anyways, so yeah, that's my story on my possibly parkour back related injury.
Tell us yours in the comments.
Yeah, if you guys
or go get one.
Go get an injury and then tell us what it is in the comments, or if you've had one.
Just don't die or get paralyzed. That's no good.
Don't try anything at home.
What's your parkour story?
Sorry.
Oh, I fucking fell on a knife.
Sorry, I should. What was the knife doing there?
It was there for a good parkour story.
Yeah, I like
to. Yeah, it just happened to be taped upwards. You know.
But yeah, I don't advise you guys to get hurt. But if it makes for some good content, I'm not against it. Not completely against it. You know what I'm saying?
At this point, if you die, it's natural selection. It's not our fault.
Exactly. I advised against it, so not my fault. Anyways.
It's like, disclaimer, please do not hurt yourself. We will be sued, I swear. YouTube will not like any of this. Or any other fucking site where we upload this shit to.
First podcast. Video removed for violation of policy or whatever.
Terms of service. You fucked the terms of service. And TOS is weird.
How long have I had this mug for? I've had this mug for like 5 years.
We're so fucking scatterbrained. We are not even like... I haven't even finished talking about myself.
Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead. That's my bad.
We just went on the whole back injury thing for so long.
Continue about yourself. That's my
bad. Gamer, fucking had my own channel. I'm still working on it, I swear, but it's really hard
I swear,
when
every other month I'm like, "Oh, how's that video?" And then you like say you stopped doing it, and you're like, "But I'm working on a new one." 2 months later, I stopped doing that one.
I still have the footage. That's the worst part. I have every video I told you I'm gonna make halfway complete. Halfway through, I hate it. It's horrible. If I need like some Adderall or some fuck to just get that video out in the same day. I
Oh,
swear.
dude, I used to be on Adderall. I have ADHD and ADD. It kind of just like switches between them. I've actually okay.
Ah,
I guess I technically, medically, I don't because I've never actually been. Uh, I was
like,
diagnosed with ADHD, but I was never tested for
yeah,
ADD. But the kind of my phases of my when I zone off versus super hyper and constantly jumping from thing to thing. I think I have both.
yeah.
Just because I mean that makes sense, but technically I haven't been diagnosed. But yeah, I used to be on Adderall, and yeah, continue about yourself. I don't want to. Sorry, I don't want
You got any more in
to.
there in the cabinet? Maybe. Fuck. Just wondering.
Unfortunately, no.
You drinking? Fuck. Uh, let's see.
What else? Let's see. Do you
There's not a lot to me. I like to drink. I don't like to get drunk. I like uh
There's definitely not
any
a
ale
lot,
I will take.
especially in height.
Any. Ah, fuck
Sorry,
you.
that was rude. I apologize.
You're just looking fun because I'm short. Let's see. What about me? I could drink. Fucking weird. Fucking YouTube channel. Fucking. I have a cat. I'm a bit of a cunt. I'm very bipolar at times.
I have seen that a little bit. Well,
Yeah.
only recently though. Actually, I actually haven't. Even though I've known you for like 5 years or something, I actually.
Yeah, about like 5, 6, about there. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on. My mental issues are getting higher and higher as fucking time goes on. It's great. It's great. Yeah, fucking- everyone being inside because the quarantine didn't really help. It's like, ah, shit, there's people here. I'm introverted as fuck. I don't want to deal with this. But then I'm extroverted as fuck because I don't want to be alone. It's really weird. Anyway, enough about personal mental issues.
Well, anyways, actually, speaking of introversion and extroversion, if that's the proper term,
Yes.
I feel like I've always considered myself an introvert growing up, like just because that's how I've
Same.
mostly been. But
Yeah.
recently, I think I've been fluctuating between the two. But really, it depends on who I'm with. Like for example, if I'm with someone who, like, who can really match my energy level, I'd say I become an extrovert, even in public. Like,
Nah, same.
like earlier today when I was with my cousin, we were out just doing stuff, and like I was just talking to the people at Harmon's and stuff, and I was just like, I just felt really good. But then there's certain people who I'm with who, if they can't match it and they're not really the same, I just kind of get drained, and that's where my introvert part of me comes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's like, well, introversion and extroversion normally is where how you recharge your social energy, you could say.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
introverts
exactly.
will want to be alone to charge up, and then extroverts need other people to be able to like keep on functioning.
Yeah,
Although I do get what you mean, because I as well kind of like fluctuate between the two. Sometimes I gotta talk to people to be able to energize myself, so I just kind of like get out of my room and start talking.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I that's definitely it's weird. It's honestly weird because my introverted days or whatever, I honestly just that's when I'm least motivated actually to do stuff. Is I don't have energy. I feel drained. I just want to be by
Yeah.
myself. And but one thing that actually has helped me, like with introversion, introversion, virgin. One thing that's helped me with it is I just keep telling, like, for example, when I'm out in public and I feel awkward for being there, because I kind of I kind of get some social anxiety. One thing I just tell myself
Yeah.
is people aren't looking at me and staring at me as much as I think they are, or judging me as much as I think they are. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
constantly telling myself that for the past weeks has actually helped me, especially at work, because I interact with a lot of employees, has helped me not feel as awkward, and I can just feel more relaxed around them and just not give a fuck. And
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's like, who cares?
yeah, exactly.
Fuck it. Just fucking go and do your shit. Do it how you want, as long as it's not hurting anyone else or someone else. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's that's just I mean that maybe that works for other people, but that's just I mean that works for me. So
Eh, some people might need a bit more of a like external encouragement and shit.
yeah.
Very weird.
Speaking
Sweet.
of
Mental issues.
extroversion, I suppose something I just want to go into for a quick briefly. I just want to explain what exactly this podcast is going to be. That was a really shitty transition, but
Wait, what?
whatever. I, I okay. Anyways,
What a
so
fucking segue.
pretty much pretty much what this podcast is going to be, it's going to just be me talking to people about really anything. I want to just provide entertainment and value on really any subject or matter except for political matters. I don't want to get into those, so don't
People
expect
tend to riot. Just look at the fucking current date.
yeah, so if I mean don't expect political things from this podcast. Other than that, you can expect really anything else. If you guys want any kind of topics covered, I guess you can just leave comments below or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of just a quick summary of what this podcast is going to be. Yeah?
Wait, you won't do politics. However, religion.
Okay.
I've thought of that.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Oh no. Fucking crusade time. We're gonna get lynched, yo.
I don't mean let's talk about religion. I just mean I feel like religion can be is slightly different from politics in the same like I feel like if we talk about it, I think rather than stating opinions or beliefs, if we're gonna talk about religion, we just state hard facts and not necessarily give an exact opinion unless it's really important to give that opinion. So I think religion could possibly be a topic I talk about on this podcast, but it's not as likely. It's not as likely depending on the guest, if that makes sense.
That is true, yeah. Because I mean, if you go to a Christian, no, if you go to a Jew, and you're like, you're trying to talk hard facts, the Jew will be like, nah, Jesus was just a rando. But if you talk to a Christian, they'll be like, nah, Jesus was like big and everything. So like, facts will fucking vary from religion to religion. So yeah.
Well, so when it comes to facts, I don't necessarily mean facts in the Bible or fact. Like for example, if the Bible says this, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like if I was to state a fact, it'd have to do with real world issues like today. It'd have to do with or issue or just things
better, yeah.
things in today. And if something doesn't make sense about, or let's just say something about a religion that doesn't make sense, and with something
shit.
today in today's now and age, because it's just a fact that this is this and the religion is that. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
That's the kind of stuff. But I'm gonna be very careful about going into anything like that. Still, like I kind of still want to probably stay away from that.
As long as possible. That's to not get burned at the stake. Do they still do that? I think so. Somewhere they might still do that. I don't fucking know.
Sorry, we're kind of jumping around here, but I forgot to mention there's one other thing about me. I love writing. I love writing stories, and actually,
holy fuck, we're really jumping around everywhere.
I know this is kind of a mess, but honestly, I feel like
it's in the introduction podcast. This is good.
This is all part of the introduction. So, but yeah, so I'm a writer. I'm writing a book right now. I can probably get into more about that in another episode. You like to write, don't you?
Oh my god, I've been writing the same. I've been writing a story for the past 7 years. And that's the worst part is that that one story became three different stories, and then other stories have branched out of that one. Then it's really fucked up now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I right.
I've been writing this story that this book that I'm writing now. Actually, I've been writing it for 11th grade. So that's how many years is that? That's
Jesus
12.
Christ. What? How old were you?
So about 4 years. 4 years. I've been writing it for 4 years. The reason why it's taken so long is because I keep having new ideas. I lose motivation. Um, and then I just gave up on it completely until just a few weeks ago. I just started
Oh
writing
shit.
again. I completely started rewriting the story. Actually, I've actually changed quite a bit of lore to it, and I'm actually way happier with it now than I was 4 years ago. So, which is surprising because I was pretty proud of that story 4 years ago. But
I mean, shit. You learn some shit, and every good book ends up being rewritten one way or another, whether it be sections or the entire thing.
yeah, yeah, it's but there, I feel like when a book is really good, normally they're able to provide some kind of uniqueness to it that you really haven't seen in other books. Like when books go viral or popular, whatever.
Eh. Or it just executed a message better than the other. Yeah, that's the tricky part sometimes. Like you can rewrite or release the same story as someone else, but if you just tell it in a certain way, it will be memorable.
Yeah, yeah, it's
And that's a hard part of the fucking nail.
yeah, it's wow. I was gonna say something. I forgot. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Fucking brain fart.
It was something about books. Something about oh, that's right. Okay.
Dead trees and ink.
So it's kind of funny because I love writing. Like I love writing stories. I'm constantly making stories in my head, whatever. But I
Yeah.
hate reading. Like I know
Same.
I know I should be reading books because I know I can be a better writer if I were to read books.
Yeah.
But I can't. I just don't like reading books. Like I'd rather I can listen to audiobooks, but that's different if you're trying to improve yourself as a writer. Because like
Yeah.
when you're reading a book, you can actually see, oh, so this is how a professional author is structuring the sentence. This is how they're um,
Yeah, like page composition, certain wording used,
wording, whatever sentence
like
structure. So I know I should be,
basic grammar.
but I can't get past 20 pages. You know what I mean? Like I
Oh,
read 20 pages, I'm like, this is just draining. I'm getting kind of like, even if it's a good book, like I've read good books, I just can't finish them because I don't like reading. I'll wait for the
I've
movie to
only had
come out.
what? Oh no, don't even. People who have read the Percy Jackson books have a hatred for the
Oh,
movies.
actually,
First, I don't know why, but I started like dwelling within that little community. I don't even know the fucking books. I haven't read a shit. I haven't even watched the movies. I think I've saw one scene,
I
but I
read,
love reading the shit they say.
I read the first one actually. After I saw the movie though, and I mean, don't get me wrong. There's several things about it that I loved.
Yeah,
There's a couple things about the movie that, quite frankly, I liked more. And you can hate me all you want for that. That's just my
I'm
opinion.
gonna check the comments later myself. This is gonna be fun.
But I mean, honestly, I really liked both. I liked the
I'll
movie.
put that on their subreddit.
It's gonna trend. It's like uh, Reese Shalvis, podcast host of How to Recess, hates the book, and they're gonna like totally blow it out of proportion or some shit.
Yeah.
But I honestly liked that movie. I actually thought because I just rewatched it like a year ago. I think
Mm.
it's still fun. Like obviously it's cheesy and it's still a fun movie though. Can't deny that.
It's kind of like an ironic watch kind of deal. Like
Yeah.
a turn your brain off and just enjoy the thing. It's like just don't think about it, just enjoy it. Just like it for what it is there. Just there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Suck it in.
That was me sucking it in and blowing out the negative.
Yeah, I kind of feel you on the whole not reading thing. Sometimes when when I finally decide to write, like type out a section of the story because I just don't want to forget it. Because every time I think of a new little strand of story or rewrite a certain part, I'm always in the fucking bathroom. I'm sitting there taking a shit. It's like, oh man, what if this happened? And then this goes on like that. And it's like, shit, I gotta get back my computer. And I gotta be like, and I just start writing it out, and it doesn't seem right. So I have to go out to the living room, grab a random book, and be like, okay, that's how they do it. And then I put the book back and come back.
The thing is, I don't even do that.
Fucking hell, bro.
Wait, here's what I do though. Like if I'm trying to write and I'm like, oh, what would be the best way to describe this person? Sometimes I try Googling it, but that doesn't always work. Most of the time, I call my sister. My sister is really smart, so I just give her a call. She's like, "Oh, hey, what's up? Hey, I need help with this word for my book."
Do you know word?
Word.
Just word.
I just said word, and she knows exactly. Like, oh, okay, this is the word you're looking for. Think. Hangs up.
Think. Think. Good. Bye.
Love.
Care.
What kind of stories do you like to write?
Oh my god. I've been doing a lot of modern fantasy and a bit of a future fantasy. I'm really digging like in one of the stories I got like
Wait, do you mean
creatures?
Do you mean fantasy
and shit.
like magic, monsters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like orcs, elves, magic, giant dragon thingies, whatever the fuck, eldritch horrors and the like.
Yeah.
Shit like that. I have one that's modern fantasy, have another one that's just modern, another one that's like more future fantasy where like all the species are kind of like coexisting with each other in the future, but the human like every the fantasy creatures are very traditional with their shit, and the humans are very like sci-fi and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's kind of weird.
I've always loved modern fantasy, but I love it. For some reason, I just love it in a way where when it starts out, it's just a regular like modern day world like ours, but then there's a secret fantasy. There's some kind of fantasy secret that's like, within the universe, or so, that the protagonist discovers. I love writing stuff about that. I just love that so much. That's like that's kind
secret world thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in a sense, that's kind of what I'm writing about. Like, the humans of the Earth, they do not know what's going on with all of the everything, really. Like
Everything.
yes, I do try to, although it is like sci-fi-ish, and I actually try to make. Obviously, you can't always be like this, but I do try to have some kind of explanation that makes sense. Not just magic. Like if there's like there's a sort of type of magic within this universe, some type, but there's actually an explanation for how it works and where it comes from. It's not just
not fucking
magic.
Modern Star Wars Disney. The Force is because the Force. It's an actual fucking magic system that has rules and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of deal.
I mean, I guess technically the Force did get an explanation. Midichlorians that live throughout the entire universe.
Dude, nowadays, fucking Disney ruined that. Fucking Disney ruined that.
Yeah, but like
now it's just the Force because the Force.
But honestly, it's like, I loved. You know what I liked actually before? I liked how the Force was more of an unknown type of energy force, basically, that people is just they learned how to control it, but they didn't really know the exact origins of it. Like,
yeah,
if they're not going to explain something, I feel like they should. I like when they make it a mystery to the people themselves, not just it just works because it works. You know what I mean? But I like you know.
I yeah. I think I get what you mean.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I think I get what I mean. I'm not sure myself anymore either.
How f- how far in are you? Holy shit. We're like what 30 minutes in?
30. Yeah, about 30 minutes, I'd say.
33. Yeah, 32 minutes in and we haven't even like all we got right now is storytelling.
No, honestly though,
This is pretty good.
it is like honestly, that's kind of how I hope these podcasts go though. Is like even if it doesn't meet,
What's in your mind?
because originally we are gonna get into the topics of dreams and nightmares, that kind of stuff.
Just kind of
But
psychological shit that happens behind them.
and I've been thinking of a way to kind of ease into it
Segue.
from segues, I guess. Yeah. But honestly, this maybe this podcast will just be about stories and writing. Have you
Hey,
ever
look at that.
another question about writing, since we're on the topic? Um,
Yeah,
so
might as well keep on.
have you ever thought like have you ever tried rewriting a movie, or at least thought if I was to rewrite this movie, this is how I'd write it?
So many fucking times.
Let's see.
So many.
How many movies are there?
Too many. Too many. Like in existence? Or like, what franchise? What you talking about when you mean how many movies are there?
Oh my gosh! Holy!
And are we counting indie films?
I'd say just like big films. But sorry, I'm just freaking out. There's switches on my mic. I've had this mic for a year, and there's these little switches on the side that I didn't know about. I'm gonna be messing with those later, if you know what I mean.
The fuck?
Anyways, sorry, but yeah. So I'd say just
You
include.
can't find the fucking G spot, and when he fucking finds it, you just be like, I'm gonna be messing with that later.
I'm talking about, let's just say, high budget movies there where they could hire what they thought were expensive, good writers, but not always. You know, Ryan Johnson.
Disney. Netflix. Actually, any big corporation nowadays. Fuck, when Netflix did good shit.
Netflix. Yeah, honestly though, you know what? It's actually a really good movie that I wouldn't change. The Wizards of Waverly Place, the movie, the one that came out
Son of
in
a bitch.
2009. I just rewatched that yesterday. Oh, it is so good. It's so good, dude. Like,
I was fucking 10 when that came out. What the hell?
I will. Like,
Making me feel old, you fucker.
growing up, that was my favorite TV show, Wizards of Waverly Place.
I never watched a single episode of that shit, but I
Really?
watched the movie.
Um,
I had no idea what was going on. Dumb little kid.
but yeah, it was very weird though, because I was actually watching everything in order. Like, so I had gotten Disney Plus just to watch Wizards of Waverly Place, the show. So I was just watching it, and I finished the first 2 seasons, and then I watched the movie. Obviously, it was different for the fact that it was a movie, but it
Yeah,
seriously
the structure is.
the story, like the adventure they go on, mixed with the magic, it did not feel like the show at all. So like, the magic in Wizards of Waverly Place has always been,
Dollar brand?
yeah, it's always been goofy, cheap effects. It's always been like, it's been very meme. It's been a meme, I guess, or memeable. I don't know what the word be. It's been a joke pretty much. Like, it was never
Campy
taken.
as fuck.
The magic was never really that serious, but then the movie, it seemed so serious, the magic, and I actually really liked it like that. And so after finishing the movie, I watched season 3, episode 1 right after, and the contrast was so weird going back. Like, looking at the Russo family, it was weird to think, wow, this was the family that accidentally wished their parents to never meet, and now they have to go on this crazy jungle adventure to find the stone of dreams just to wish them back. Like, it did not feel like this. Like, it did not feel like the same. Like obviously it was the same characters, but it didn't feel like the same uh, show. I guess you could say. Like it was just
Uh,
a really weird contrast.
the the tone was very different
Yeah,
because the what's it called? The show's kind of like very lighthearted, and then the movie became this kind of like high stakes thing. Just contrasted horribly.
but I still loved the movie. Like it was. I thought I think one of my favorite things about when they make a movie from a show is seeing those cinematic movie angles in the sceneries that you see in the show. So like when they're in their subway shop, and seeing the movie cinematic angles and not just your classic sitcom angles. I thought that I actually
Yeah.
really loved that.
Kind of adds a new dimension to the world.
Yeah, exactly. It definitely feels way more realistic and immersive than just a sitcom set, you know. And
Yeah,
and
they fucking added a fourth wall to the fucking set.
exactly, yeah. Yeah, so um that's honestly I'd have to put that at one of my favorite movies now. Like rewatching it because I haven't watched it for probably 8 years, 10 years, and now that I've rewatched it, I still love it.
Uh,
The effects are
oh,
sometimes good, then sometimes they're kind of cheesy, kind of unrealistic. But honestly,
kind of a product of its time, really.
yeah, for
Kind of
coming
a
from a
reason.
Disney show, it was.
Top,
Yeah.
top shit. So would you say that's like your favorite, what's it called, movie from your childhood, you could say?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Or like within top?
I honestly I'd have to say it's my favorite movie, like from my childhood.
Shit.
It's I've always when I was younger, I always like to imagine myself as a wizard in their universe. Oh, shoot. That's crazy. Okay, this is some crazy stuff. But like speaking of wizards and Waverly Place, um so the you know the show Sweet Life on Deck or Sweet Life of Zach and Cody?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch those?
Uh, I think I watched like 2 to 3 episodes of Sweet Life on Deck. And I think I watched an entire season of Zach and Cody.
Okay, so there's an episode where the Wizards of Waverly Place cross over and they actually go onto the cruise ship that they're on Sweet Life on Deck, and they do a crossover episode with the two shows.
Oh,
And
what the
then
fuck?
and then even Hannah Montana even crosses over within those same 2 or 3 episodes or something, and because she does a concert on the cruise, and so you see all three of them, you know. So it's
You're making me
like
feel.
it's making you feel what?
You're making me feel old. You said Hannah Montana. It's like what? Hannah Montana. What the fuck? Oh my god, Miley Cyrus hasn't been that shit forever now.
I know, but so she oh yeah. So anyways, it's what I think is crazy to think that I never really thought about before was that the fact they all crossed over implies they're in the same universe. So that means magic exists within Sweet Life on Deck and Hannah Montana. And then that brings me back to the episode of Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, where Zach wishes upon a wishing star and wishes for superpowers. So does Cody. They both like wish upon, and then they all get superpowers. Turns out that it was all Zach's dream at the end. Spoiler alert, but hey, it's been like what, 12 years, 14 years. Um,
Or
but
was it?
well, so yeah, at least at the end they implied it was a dream because nobody says they're like, dude, this was your dream. Or basically, he just like they imply it was his dream, and so he
Memory wipe.
I guess that could have been true. You know, that'd make a lot of sense considering. Okay, but anyways, basically my point was, if magic actually does like Wizards of Waverly Place magic exists within Sweet Life on Deck or Zack and Cody, that means technically that could have happened. And now, ready for this? Like you're saying, mind wipe. Maybe they were exposed to magic in a sense, and so that's why he thinks it was a dream because they were all mind wiped by the council wizards or whatever.
Yeah.
You've heard it here first. Out at recess. Exclusive Wizards of Waverly Place content.
These fucking theories be. Ah, shit. Okay, what was his name? Game theory guy.
Matt Pat.
Matt Pat, yeah. We're
Yo,
fucking taking movie theories.
yo, Matt Pat. You better watch out, bro. I'm coming. I see you. I see you watching this. Wow, what a great start to my first podcast.
Okay, before we get out of the topic, quick question. You ever watch Treasure Planet?
Treasure Planet. I'm gonna search that up real quick.
Jesus fuck. That shit was the shit when I was growing up. Man, that movie.
Oh wait, Treasure Planet.
Planet.
2002.
It was.
It doesn't seem.
It had CGI up the ass, and the main fucking villain, they had a fucking like half his fucking body was CGI. I saw the behind the scenes production of it.
Wow.
That shit was so advanced. I am amazed that it's still like it fucking holds up. I swear it holds up.
I'm looking at it. It looks. I honestly can't remember the movie itself, like the story or anything. But I'm looking at the characters, and they do look familiar. I think I might have seen this years ago. I'd have to have been really small to watch this because I can't remember this except for I do recognize the characters and everything.
It was fucking dope. Fucking watch it sometime, man.
Speaking of Treasure Planet, did you ever like the movies Journey to the Center of the Earth with the guy from was it the guy from, who's the guy from The Mummy?
Yeah, the guy from The Mummy. Wait, there were movies plural?
Yeah, there's a second one. It was actually the second one was with his stepdad, and his stepdad was The Rock. It was Journey to the Mysterious Island, and they travel to a lost island supposedly. I think it was Atlantis.
I have
actually.
a vague memory of the second one, but I don't think I fucking finished it.
Well, I gotta see who those actors were. Yeah, honestly,
dude got all I know about that actor. I don't know his fucking name. All I know is he did The Mummies. He did a few other good movies. Good in quotation marks. I haven't watched them since I was a kid.
Yeah, the guy that did The Mummy. His name's Tom Cruise.
I hate you.
I'm just kidding. No, it's Brendan Fraser. And then the main actor, his son. Wow, he's so young. He's so young in this. Oh wow. Anyways, yeah. Josh Hutcherson. I think he's in Hunger Games.
Oh.
Played as PETA.
Yeah. I don't like that I knew exactly who you were talking about. I haven't even watched Hunger Games.
Oh. But yeah, I love these movies. I thought, man, there's a lot of old movies that didn't get the best ratings, but I just loved them. Like, am I just
Road to El Dorado?
I never saw that.
Oh my god, no! You gotta fucking see it. You gotta fucking see it.
What is it? What is it?
Fuck.
Is it a cartoon or a live action?
No, a cartoon. It is a fucking. I think it's a DreamWorks movie. I don't remember.
Oh.
But it's fucking. It's gotten memed to shit recently. And it even made me like rewatch it because I was like, oh man, I love this thing when I was a kid, and I fucking rewatched it. It's like, I'm gonna love it as an adult because that bitch thick.
I might have seen this before. Maybe like, see, all these old movies look really familiar, but I don't think I think it's because I've seen them when I was barely old enough to remember just pictures, pretty much. You know what I mean?
God damn, bro.
Because this came out in 2000. So if I watched it, say when I was 4, 3, it's I wouldn't really.
God.
The only way I've remembered old movies from when I was that young is if I rewatched them a couple years later. You know what I mean? When I was like 6, 7, 8. But most of those movies I didn't really like. I barely remember Lion King
What?
because I haven't
Oh
seen that
fuck.
for. I remember watching it when I was like 6, but I don't remember the like. I remember up to when his dad dies, and then when when they when was that his
When he
sister
fucks this fucking cousin.
or his what? I
Wait.
I thought that
Oh
was
wait. Is
weird.
it cousin?
His cousin or
It's either his
sister?
cousin or his sister.
That's
You're right on that one.
But yeah, so I remember up to that point when they reconnect after he's been in the jungle for so long, but I don't remember what happens after that at all. Like it's literally just
Wow,
blank.
you just blanked out on the end of the movie. Timon does the hula.
Wait,
It distracts the
that was
hyenas.
the end of the movie?
You're like towards the final act of the movie.
So when he comes back older, like when he does the time jump, that's near the end?
That's near the end.
What?
Yeah. He's completely spaced out on the end there, boy.
I could have sworn that was like 20 minutes into
Midway?
the movie.
Nah. No, when he fucking grows up and like he's kind of like that's kind of like the midpoint, and then when Nala, what's her name? I think, goes and like picks him up and shit, and then he has to talk with his ghost daddy, and then he finally decides to go back to Pride Rock and shit. That's towards the final act.
Jeez, does he fight his uncle at the end?
Yeah, and that's when he like finds out that
I
uncle was the one who killed him and shit.
I slightly remember the fight scene with them. I think
Fucking a lot of fire.
I just remember them looking at each other like on all four, just like getting ready to like fight or whatever. But now you know what childhood movie I think deserves a third movie?
Third? The fuck?
Frozen.
That's not a childhood movie. I don't care if you're a child. You remember Frozen with like fondness in 10 years. That is not a childhood movie.
I know it was a joke. It's a pretty shitty
Fuck
joke.
you. Fuck you, kids growing up right now. It used to be dope back in my day.
Ooh, back in my day, 6 years ago.
Oh, that really hurts. I'm fucking 21. God damn it.
That's crazy, dude. I remember turning. So I just turned 20 in November. Was that weird for you when you turned 20? When you first turned 20? For
Dude, it
the
was
first
right when I
time?
turned
Not when you turn.
Oh, shit.
Not when you turned
was a
20.
drink.
Not when you turned 20 for the third time. The first time. Was it weird? Like, was it just like
bro.
I'm not a teen anymore? Like that's what went through my mind. Like I'm not a
Oh,
teen.
that is true.
I
though.
actually have to give a shit about my life now. Like,
Like, fuck, you're 18, and it's like, I'm still labeled as teen, so I can still kind of, like, not fuck around, like, not give a fuck. 19, you're like, I'm still gonna, like, figure shit out. 20, you're like, I gotta figure shit out, fuck.
I know. But like when I turned 18, like sure I technically became a legal adult, even though I'm still can't even
Legal
do
as you fucking...
it.
Man, I don't even know why we're, like, legal adult is correct. If they tell you you are an adult, they are wrong. An adult, fucking 25-year-old still don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Well, okay, so even though I'm technically became an adult, like legally, I guess, in a sense, it was still, I just didn't feel any different. Like, cause it's just at that point, yes, it was just another number, and that's really all it is in reality.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm
It's just a
18,
number,
whatever.
bro.
But then when I turned 20, I was like, whoa, I'm not a teen. Like, I'm actually not a teen. Like, this is just so weird. And I don't know. It was just a very kind of surreal day for me when I turned 20. It was just weird, especially because I remember being 10 years old and thinking, wow, I still have 10 years till I'm 20. That's so far away. That's so long. 10 years is so long. That's at that time, that was literally my entire life. And now it's like, well, I'm here. Like, I don't know. It's just, it was very weird. It was a weird day. And it's going to be a little weird turning 21 knowing I have slightly more freedom, if you know what I mean.
Stop hiding the beer bottles. Turns 21. It's like, all right, guys. Pulls out fucking 6-pack out of the fridge. Let's go.
Wait, you just barely turned 21. How'd you get those? Uh.
You're like, wait, like you're the fucking hour you were born, and it's like, okay, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. There we go. Yeah, bitch. Oh fuck, my head.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
I am excited to turn 21. I want to go to Vegas for my 21st birthday. You
Yeah,
want?
bro, fucking nice.
You want to go?
Fuck yeah. I'll
Oh, yeah.
Vegas, bro. Oh no, I'm gonna come back poor.
Or
I'm a gambling man.
you got that 0.00000001396% chance of coming back slightly less poor.
I am bringing my D&D dice, and
D&D
I am
dice.
rolling every time before I make a decision. Well, I have just the die because I don't know where I got this die from. Seriously, I just kind of like roll it once in a while.
Yeah.
I got a 20, baby. So this podcast is gonna go great.
Anyways, so that on the D&D subject, let's just end this podcast off with some D&D. All right, let me get my character here.
Fucking, I actually like. I haven't gotten a D&D sheet and like filled it out, but I do have a character I want to make.
Oh.
It is a necromancer skeleton who is a merchant.
Whoa. Can he make himself look like a human?
Nope.
Oh,
That is part of the whole thing though, because he
he's
tries
a
to sell
merchant.
shit.
That's so funny.
He's a fucking skeleton cunt.
Wait, I just thought about
selling
it.
shit. The only reason he goes on adventures is to fucking sell shit. He's got a high charisma stat, but battle stats are ass. It's just a fucking bard.
That's so funny.
Like bony.
I've
The bony.
never played Dungeons and Dragons.
Same.
I
That's
have
just really-
I've been wanting to though. I've been wanting to give it a try. I have, however, I've played off cheap dollar store versions of it, and I'm calling it dollar store versions because here's what I mean. So, did you ever read the books Diary of a Wimpy Kid back years ago?
Man. Fuck yeah. Oh,
Do you remember? Do you remember when they played the game Monsters and Magic?
Yeah.
So I basically because that's basically Dungeons and Dragons, but really simplified. It's way simpler. So I basically created my own version of that, and played with my cousins when I was little, which was so much fun. We even draw our own map and everything. And it's very simple. It's pretty much the game master basically had full control of everything except for the die and what the characters were doing. And then so I did that, and then in 11th grade in a creative writing class, this game I actually want to do this again if I can find people who want to do it. But we played this game. It's like Dungeons and Dragons, how there's a game master and then the characters, and each person created their own character. But this one, it was the story. The game master created a story for any kind of scenario. So, like for example, the one I did with my classmates was a horror situation where all four of the characters, they wake up hanging upside down in chains in the basement of a abandoned warehouse, and there's a killer on the loose, and they have to try and escape the killer. That was so much fun, and I had
it's got a mystery twist to it.
And did I tell you about that?
Yeah.
And at the end when they escape, everything fades to white, and then they wake up back in the basement,
In the fucking basement,
chained
and shit,
upside
yeah.
down. And I even made a character. I had one of the characters have to sacrifice themselves to save the rest of the group, and it was so fun because the whole group, they're all discussing, all right guys, who's gonna do it? I'll do it. No, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Like it was honestly such a fun game, and being the game master for that, and my teacher actually loved my story for that, especially how I just looped it at the end for a twist ending. That was pretty fun.
It's fucking good.
But honestly, I want to play that again. That'd actually be fun to do on just like like a stream. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. On like a bit of a grander scale and shit.
yeah. If let's just say I grew my personality where people liked watching me in general, so I could set up cameras around my house 24/7 and they could just watch me. You know, No, I mean,
Yeah.
no, where I could just literally play whatever and people would just enjoy watching it. That'd be fun.
Oh, so no cameras? Okay.
I mean, if you really want cameras, I mean, where's Amazon? Let me pull that up.
I mean, yeah, man. Give me passwords for that shit. Oh god.
Wow, this first podcast, this has actually gone a lot better than I thought it would.
Yep. And if it starts going downhill, I'll just fucking down a bottle. I mean, not all of it because I don't think there's that much left anymore.
Yeah, if you're to down a bottle, this is exactly what would, down an entire bottle. This is how the podcast would go. You can't see it, but I'm passed out in my chair right now.
Oh, motherfucker.
Oh, wow. So, yeah,
You
but
make fun of me because I'm blind.
I'm sorry, but yeah, honestly, I was not expecting this podcast to go this way, but I think it's turned out better than how I thought it was gonna go. Originally, like I said, we were gonna go into dreams and stuff, but we didn't even touch up on that subject. I guess maybe that could be used for some other podcast, another
I
2 or
mean,
3 years from now. Who knows? That's so funny. Gosh dang it. My dad's mowing the lawn, and I'm sure the mic's picking up everything.
shit, I
Whatever.
can't-
Luckily, it's at the end of the podcast. Yeah, I can see it on the audio meter.
Oh, what the fuck? It should be easy to like clip out. Anyway,
I
the ending
swear
of
it gets
the-
louder and louder. At least it's the end of the podcast and not throughout the entire thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, that would have been fucked up. Kind of annoying as shit.
I know this is going longer than I thought it would.
Shit.
If you've stuck to the end, thank you guys. So like, if you guys stuck through the end, you guys are awesome, and you should subscribe.
You must also have like that thing where you get entertained with about anything.
this podcast, honestly, I'd say conversation wise has flown pretty good, gone well. Structure wise,
Topic-wise.
it's been everywhere. It's been it's been kind of a mess, but I hope you guys were able to stick through with it. Because
This is the first one. So
first of what I hope will be many. Uploads this one, never uploads again.
it's like we put in the title episode 1. 20 years later, looking back on it, it's like, how come you never uploaded episode 2? It's like, I never recorded episode 2. Wait, I had a podcast?
But yeah, anyways, yeah, do you want to plug anything before we close out?
Plug? A plug for my dead channel?
Yeah, for your dead channel. Maybe
Give me Patreon money.
give you
Send me a Venmo.
Patreon shuffle shoes. No. Yeah, but yeah, go check his channel out if you want me to plug it. I'll say it.
Fucking Crimson Fox. Apparently, you have
Hey,
to do
can you
it.
not
I
swear?
don't know.
This is
Eat my
a
shit. It's probably
Christian-
what- I tried to YouTube my own fucking name, and YouTube's like, not. Here's some Fallout shit. I don't get it.
Watch, I'll censor out every like swear word we've said this podcast, but because of your name, YouTube is gonna flag it and remove it.
Yeah, it doesn't like my fucking name.
But yeah,
Okay, now I'm gonna fucking work on my channel hard, just so I get a fucking play button, and I have to force them into typing that out. I'm fucking doing it now.
that would be so
Yeah.
funny. That's so good. You better, man. I'm expecting it now. I am.
Wait, did you see what was that dude like? Pussy Slayer 591 or some shit. Remember that dude? The dude's like, I just beat my dick.
Oh,
so
your boy
fucking
eat that
hard, I left-
pussy. You eat that pussy.
Eat that pussy. Yeah, he
Yeah.
fucking got his play button.
No way! Are you serious?
Yeah.
And it says that?
Yeah,
It says
like-
his name?
It says his fucking name,
That
bro.
is so awesome.
And that has made me want to fucking force him to type that shit out.
That's so funny. All right, so you got to do this now. You have to get that play button.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Dude, that. Imagine if they made 1,000 subscriber play button and it's made of cardboard.
Oh please, just wood. It's just
That'd be cool. That'd be cool actually.
cheap plywood.
That would actually be really cool.
Dude, that'd be funny as
But,
shit.
but they'd have to be making so many of those. There's so many thousand sub channels.
That is true.
I'd say 10,000. You get a wood. That would be cool. 10,000 subs, a wood play button. Heck, I'm gonna make
Doesn't
my
even have
own
to
play
be like
button.
on a plaque and shit. Just like a tiny ass play button.
When I hit 10,000 subs, I'm gonna make my own play button. It's gonna be made out of wood, engraved. No, it's gonna be. Have you seen those wood burners that they like engrave it with?
Oh, dude, that shit.
Dude,
dope.
I'm gonna do that. That's gonna be sick. Watch. Anyways, yeah. So go check out his YouTube channel. I'll link it in the description.
When he hits 10K, so you can see his woodworking skills.
Yeah. Also, I have a gaming channel, like I mentioned at the beginning. It's just Shalfo Shizzle. I'll link that below, and it'll probably be at the end of this video. And yeah, if you guys enjoy.
Oh, same here. It's a fucking gaming channel. Don't go in expecting like beauty tips and shit.
I don't know, dude. You might be pretty good at that.
Fuck, dude. I don't know what foundation is. I don't know if it goes before.
Funny.
Wait, what's? I only know what mascara and foundation are
Honestly,
actually in lipstick. Eyeshadow? Is that the same as blush? Blush is different. Lip gloss does not.
Anyways, thank you guys
Contour.
so much for listening, watching. If you guys really enjoyed it and you want to see more, subscribe, like, comment, whatever. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Bye.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.